Hey guys, welcome to another New World video. In today's video I wanted to have a look at some of the changes coming in 9 days or so and discuss some things that you can do to prepare before these changes come into effect on the live servers. So let's get into it. The patch notes posted for the PTR are very long, and other people have already covered them in detail in other videos, so I won't put you through that. I will simply talk about the big things I think are going to have the most impact to the most people and what you can do, especially as a solo player, to be ready for when these changes hit. One of the biggest changes is letting people use platinum to make orichalcum ingots in place of star metal. I have seen a few videos with people telling you to go out now and go buy the platinum and so on. This of course won't do much for you, at least if you are on a high population server. Platinum is way too easy to get. In zones like Reekwater, it is literally everywhere. So I don't recommend doing that. If you have already, well at least you got it cheap. But I'm afraid, however, I don't think you will see it go up much in value in the long term. Gold ore, this may be a different story. Not right away, but in time, gold ore may get a lot more expensive as you need a lot of it to make platinum ingots, and it is a lot rarer than the platinum. I would recommend, however, you farm platinum for yourself. Like I said, it is plentiful, especially if you are on a dead server awaiting merges. Here are some great platinum routes where you can bulk up a huge supply before the patch. This is also a time to consider leveling fishing if you haven't. Fishing now more than ever will be a very profitable trade skill to have. If you push your fishing luck to a reasonable amount and figure out a nice route for hotspots, you will catch mass amounts of chests. I usually get 2 per hotspot average, sometimes more. The reason this will be so great is because inside these chests you will find platinum and gold ingots. Getting them this way is great because it allows you to skip 90% of the region cost, and flux is already on the rise in price, and with people suddenly making thousands of gold and platinum ingots, you are going to see it increase a lot more in value, I believe. I have a guide I made a while back that I feel is one of the fastest ways to level fishing. If you plan to take advantage of this shortcut to orichalcum ingots, feel free to have a look. There is a link in the description. Another big change coming is the ability to craft rares, usually only obtained from gathering with luck gear. You will be able to craft these for every gather skill, harvesting, lumberjack, mining, and skinning. You will be able to do this at a cost of only 250 of the tier 5 regular item per rare. This is insanely cheap and easy, so if you have a bulk amount of rares, unload them for the best price you can before the patch. This is basically handing cooldowns to people for basically no farming, because if you have ever farmed, you know getting 2500 of anything, ironwood, orichalcum, ironhide, and so on, takes almost no time. So rares will lose value at a lightning pace after this patch. On the other hand, Asmodium, runic leather, and all of the other cooldown mats, these you will want to stop selling. Hold on to these, because there is one recipe I have not seen anyone mention. The camp skin. People are going to be wanting to craft this. Even at this cost, there are those out there that will. And this is going to burn through the supply currently on the market, so save these till after the patch. There will also be very little need for as much luck gear after this patch because, well, the rares will deflate, which will discourage mass farmers after the initial hope that those raw materials people will be using will sell. So I would rethink what I wear when I farm, which leads me into the next change in this patch that will greatly help in this new gathering environment. The addition of the new perks, logging efficiency, which increases your logging speed by 3 to 15%, mining efficiency, which does the same thing, and skinning efficiency, which also increases your skinning speed, and harvesting efficiency, which again increases your harvesting speed. These perks, I feel, will change things a lot. You will probably want to have a pick, ideally with this perk plus yield plus luck. So do not invest this week in that expensive gathering tool that you have been looking for. This perk will change things on what will be best. Personally, I think I'll drop my luck. I like my Azoth gathering, so I may even just give up the luck entirely in this new environment that the patch will create, and go with yield, speed, and Azoth extraction, but we will have to see. Now we'll have a look at the new expertise system. They renamed the high water mark to the expertise system, and now display expertise values in the UI. On the paper doll, each slot will now display what the current expertise level of that slot is. An average expertise value is also shown above average gear score on the paper doll. Players will get a level up banner whenever they increase their expertise. Introducing Gypsum Resource that can be acquired by performing a variety of endgame activities each day. The obsidian gypsum is from defeating level 60 plus open world name bosses, typically found in the elite landmarks. The sapphire gypsum is from defeating the final bosses of the Lazarus Instrumentality and the Garden of Genesis. The ruby gypsum is found in outpost rush caches. The emerald gypsum is found in trade skill aptitude reward containers. The citrine gypsum is found in arena caches. And the amethyst gypsum is found in breach caches. And the topaz gypsum, found on hostile creatures level 55 plus, but only after consuming a special attunement potion that can be crafted at tier 5 camps. Craft the potion, drink it, and start defeating level 55 plus hostile creatures anywhere in the world to find them. This potion can only be crafted once per week. They've also introduced a kiln station in all in-game zones that allow players to craft gypsum orbs from various types of gypsum. Gypsum orbs can then be crafted into gypsum casts of any weapon, armor, or trinket type. Opening a gypsum cast will guarantee an expertise bump and reward players with the gear of the cast type. They are also tuning down the general chances of getting an expertise bump to compensate for the guaranteed bumps that were added with the gypsum. Elite chess odds were reduced a little, but open world bosses will be reduced a lot, and they are leaving alone the expedition bosses. This is the big change that everyone is worried about. There are a few things here you're going to want to do, both as a casual solo or as an endgame large company expedition farmer. First thing you will notice is that it is time gated. You can only craft one cast per slot per day, and for most players, not every cast will be possible to craft, at least for a while. Those of you who are not in large companies or are fresh 60s will find getting the expedition ones crafted every single day difficult. So before this hits, you should put in as much time as you possibly can to push your high watermark up now, especially your necklace slot, as it is going to be difficult to get raised after the patch. Yes, they did say they have added some new necklace drops to help. However, if you read the patch notes, they also have said they tuned down the general chances of getting an expertise bump to compensate for the guaranteed bumps that were added with the gypsum. The odds are reduced of getting anything from chests, so for the more casual players this is going to take some time. The casts you will craft using the gypsum only provide a +5 gear score bump if things remain the same as they currently are on the PTR, so it will be a long, slow grind. My recommendation is to farm this guy here. He drops a neck fairly often as well that you can farm to push your high watermark to 562 at least, which is a decent bite out of the grind before things change. You will also want to consider doing this chest run as often as possible for the next few weeks, because the actual expertise changes to how they affect your current gear score do not take effect until early 2022. So you have some time to work on this. I will show you the run now, but I won't go over it. If you would like me to go over it in another video, I'm happy to do so. But these maps will show you where to go and where the chests are. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments and I always answer them. Another thing you will want to farm is all of the elemental bug creatures like blight moths, turtles, and fire snails, and so on. In order to craft the potion required for everyone to farm the gypsum from mobs for the solo bit, you will need to have 5 of each of these. So you will want to have a large stockpile, not only to sell because yes, these are about to inflate like crazy, but also to make your potions, because at the moment, they have very little competition because they have almost no real usefulness, but that is about to change in a very big way. And finally, if you are asking yourself, as I was, how can I make gold now with all of these changes to the rares, etc.? It seems like there is no way. Actually, because of these changes, there is going to be an increased, maybe even unmeetable demand for the orbs. The only thing all of the big companies and groups of friends are going to want to do after this is grind expeditions all day, and those will require orb keys. So if you are on a low pop server or simply are a solo player wondering what you can do to prepare in terms of gold making, it's get chisels, and a lot of them. A great way to make gold after this update will be to craft orb keys and just sell the slots from them to groups for 1,000 plus gold per seat. They're going to hyperinflate after this patch, that I can guarantee. Well guys, that is about it for now. If I think of anything else to help with the transition and make it go a little smoother, I will post it. My goal in making this video wasn't to get people all riled up and run to the auction house and buy. I simply want everyone to be prepared so that they can have a smooth transition and have as much fun as possible. Let's hope this patch goes smoothly and things turn around. I am not completely happy with the changes to the watermark system, but I know some are. But really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It is happening, so my only hope now is that the patch deploys and nothing breaks, and we can all get to playing and enjoying our experiences once again. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.